What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus Live Duel. On the left side here, we have Kashtira, Unicorn, Shifter, you know it, Fenrir, Rise Heart. That's the deck. And then on the right side here, we have Runick For Hire Spright here. This deck loves getting hit by Duel. I don't know what to say. This deck is like super cool. A lot of people were hyping this deck up. A lot of the Runick cards are very powerful still. You know, Fountain the 2 doesn't really do anything, and I think they get a little bit more support in Dune as well if they want to play the level 9. I don't know if necessarily this build is playing the level 9, but we could see it potentially. Maybe cut down one of the other Runicks for a bigger body. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We're on the road to 5K here, and it looks like we're going to be seeing the Kashtira player going to be going first by normal summoning out, or I guess special summoning out here, the Unicorn. And they're going to activate the effect here as well as drop a Dimension Shifter. And this is going to be quite difficult for the Runick part of the Runick for Hire deck. We're going to see a Birth being placed down. They can normal summon out the Fenrir here. Then Fenrir can activate its effect, searching for a copy of the Rise Heart. And this is a very standard. We're going to go for the turn 1 play here, going into the copy of the Shangri-La. And we're going to activate the effect of the Rise Heart, banishing probably the Big Bang here. Which will allow them to be able to special summon out either the Unicorn or the Fenrir underneath the Shangri-La. We see the 3 banishes face down, and then they're going to be locking one of the spell and trap card zones. And then they're summoning out the Fenrir off the Big Bang here. Which is going to be semi-problematic with the copy of like any of the Fur Hires, because being able to banish them face down really does hurt the deck. Especially if it activates a Rex. And then during the standby phase, it's going to be summoning out the Unicorn here, most likely. And we are in the G-Shifter, so any Runick spells we activate is going to be kind of detrimental. Because we don't want to get them banished. We could also set them, which is what and also I think is interesting. You know, there is the opportunity that we can just set the Runick spells. Rather than activate Fountain and keep them in hand. But Fountain also could be a play if we try not to force out the Rise Heart. Because it does have to detach 3, and there's only 1 material on it currently. But our opponent does have 2 sets here. So all we have to do is either trigger one of those sets or get one of our own here. Or I guess trigger as well as get one of our own. Because I would assume that if we don't do very much other than activate Fountain, it'd be kind of difficult for them to get over it. It's also important to note that like a lot of the time it's turn 2. If you do your For Hire plays first and then you go into battle phase and then activate your Runick spells, you can just get like an extra little battle phase, I guess. We're going to see them activate the Slumber here, to summon from the deck, going for a Gary. And then we will see the effect of the Rise Heart. We're going to be able to attach the Big Bang here. And summoning Gary in attack position is also interesting. We are going to see the battle phase strategy, only doing it in the battle. And then we're going to be seeing the Gary effect going to activate here. And then it's going to be taking the Rise Heart. And then they get to banish the Rise Heart here. And they are under Shifter, so they did get a way to get rid of the Rise Heart here. Unicorn will be able to activate to look through their extra deck here, getting the little knowledge they have. I'm going to get rid of one of the Hugans here. And they get to lock the zone beside it. Should I go for those spell and trap card zones? We see a Tip activate here. Being able to search for any other card in their deck, going for a Flashing Fire, I believe. And we do see a banish of the Imperm. They're going to be destroying and banishing 2 of the opponents. We do see another Fenrir hit. So that's going to be the second Fenrir. And then we're going to activate Fossil Dig. Fossil Dig can search us for a copy of Rex. I don't know how useful Rex will be this turn, um, but they could potentially save it for the follow-up, or they could just normal summon it and then choose to not let it go to the graveyard, so they can't activate the graveyard effect. You're going to see a normal summon of a Rex. It will be able to activate its effect, searching for, I believe, it's either Mayhem or Rookie for hire. Going for the Mayhem. I'm going to be a special summon of the blue. So this will allow us to make a little of a board. We can also make the gigantic as well. And then blue is going to be searching for probably a jet or a carrot. I'm going to look at the extra deck. We do see that they're playing the 65 Gin Buster. There's going to be a special summon out of the jet, searching for a starter here. Activate Tributing off the blue to summon out a beat from the deck, I believe. Going for the beat there, okay. And here we're going to be seeing them look at their own copy of Donner. That card is good outside of a For Hire deck. Inside of a For Hire deck, it's even crazier. Being able to bring back 2 of the For Hire monsters, it's just very nice. And they still have the opportunity here to overlay for a gigantic and get some other effects if they want to. And they can just attach the jet so that the Rex doesn't hit graveyard till the following turn. I wonder what those 2 set cards are, though. We're going to be seeing 2 sets, and they're not even going to go for a copy of Gigantic, it looks like. They are taking a thought about Mannequin Cat, it looks like. Simply passing on this. They'll make a little bit of a board. Then we're going to be seeing Shangri-La once again during the standby phase. That could bring out either the Scareclaw or Rise Heart or the last copy of Fenrir. Or they're playing Ogre as well. Okay, so going for that Ogre here. If they're not going to activate the effect, that would tend me to believe that Preparations is face down. We're going to see them search Unicorn for the Theosis. And we're going to see them search for Preparation. So now we know that the Preparation is not set face down. We're already seeing it started being activated, summoning out the carrot. We do see an Econ there. And a Book of Moon. Okay, so we're going to book the copy of the carrot. Then we're going to be Birthstoning back out the Fenrir here. Theosis targeting the Ogre. Summoning out the Scareclaw Kashtira. Okay. And this doesn't look too good here. We're going to go Battle Phase. Ogre's going to attempt to attack into the copy of Rex and activate its effects there. So we're going to be seeing them choose to banish and put, I believe, Ash Blossom on top of the deck. Lock another one of those spell interrupts. And then we're going to be seeing Unicorn and going to be banishing the Fenrir's going to be banishing there. Locking the last spell and trap cards on that's not used, and Unicorn's going to be able to banish the second copy of the Fountain here. And then Scarecrow's going to be attacking there. And they're going to scoop it up, realizing they're going to be not able to take anything else, you know. They are down a lot on cards, and the opponent, whenever they activate, they'll be able to lock like another zone, being able to rip another card from the extra deck, banish a card if they do summon it onto the field. And so at this state, you know, even though that they have no Arise Heart anymore, that it's still a very formidable board. You know, just being able to spam these huge monsters on the field, like 2,400 for free or 25, and even in Scare Claws like 28. Just being able to just do so much and being able to interact with any kind of monster effects you have. Doesn't have to be negates, just like banishing a card from the field or ripping a card from your extra deck can be very, 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 very crazy. But moving on into Game 2, it's interesting how we've seen that a lot of these decks have moved away from Lancia. Like, I remember back when people were playing PK and stuff like that, like even like start of Despia, people were playing Lancia, and it was stopping a lot of decks that banished it. I just feel that we haven't really gotten away from any banishing. Like, we still see so many decks banish, but we don't see Lancia at all ever anymore. It's kind of crazy to me. Diving into Game 2 here, we're going to be seeing the Runick deck going first, activating a Fountain. Interesting that we see them activate that first here. They're going to activate a copy of Dispelling here to summon the Hugin, which is going to be able to activate its effects, discarding. We do see a lot of green in that hand. So maybe they're going to be like trying to do the chain blocking to end up drawing and not losing the Bell here. I'm going to discard, which I believe is a Freezing Curses. I always get Flashing Fire and Freezing Curses confused. And then when we've seen them activate a Slumber here, which will prevent the Hugin. Then a banish 3 there. And then Theosis will activate, adding 1 back here. Kind of a good hit to be honest. Then I see them special summon out a blue here, and they do shuffle back those 2. They're going to hit it with an Imperm. Then we're going to go Fountain over Fountain. They're going to activate Tip here. There's no way they drew into Tip blue. Here we're going to see them search for the Flashing Fire. Or they're going to go for the Freezing Curses here. And will they be putting back 1 and drawing 1 as well? No, so they're going to potentially be activating another Runick card this turn. Trying to go for that draw 2 makes a little bit of sense to me. Do we have a way to get rid of... I mean, we can overlay immediately for a copy of, Gigantic. Then we can just activate the effect. We are going to be seeing them activate the Freezing Curses here. Going to be able to summon out the Gary, and then they'll be able to put back 2, as well as Gary effect. So they can add back the copy of the Fountain. Then we're going to see them activate Fossil Dig, getting their Rex here. Then they can normal summon out the Rex, search for the Mayhem for hire, and this is probably one of the best openings here. Then we can activate to go into a Beat. And just those draw 2s being absolutely just cracked for them, exactly what they need. But that's okay. We like seeing decks being able to do that. And we're going to see Beat effect, and we'll special summon out the Wiz, I believe this one is. Take a spell and trap negate. We're going to see them search for the copy of the Rex. Keep in mind we have not activated the effect of Gigantic yet as well, so we can still go for the Jet and then search for the starter here. We're going to be linking those 3 away for a copy of the Falgo here, so we're going to be getting that draw 3 as well, hopefully. And then we can summon out the Raphael, which will permit us to get the pop, but will allow us to draw 3. We're going to see the Raphael effect, going to be letting them add a singular card. Kind of like a nice little upstart there, a upstart effect of sorts. And then we can see them going to see them banish the Rex, summoning out Wiz. And then we're going to activate the effect of the Gigantic. Definitely should have kept the Hugin underneath it there. So it's at 32, detaching the blue, because you don't need blue underneath it. But they're going to go for one of the other for hires, the level 2. I think it's I actually don't even know its name. Domper, maybe? I'm not sure. It's crazy how many cards they've activated and their hand size is still huge. I'm just going to ask what the cards do there. And it looks like they're going to be passing on this. We know they have a few Runick cards in the hand there. I said Ace Spell and Trap Negate. We're going to see them activate Prosperity here. Going to be banishing for cost. Probably going for 3 here, which looks like we're already seeing them go for 3. It's going to result. We're going to see Ash Rise Heart evenly. They're going to grab that evenly with ease. And do they have double evenly here is the question. They do have double paw, it looked like. We're going to see them summon out the Fenrir here. Maybe trying to bait out that Wiz. They're going to be activating the effect here of the Fenrir. And they're going to hit it with the copy of Freezing Curses to negate the effects. We do see them hit a Lava Golem as well. That will stop them from being able to activate the evenly match unless they can find a way to crash the Fenrir as well. We'll see a special summon out of the Rise Heart here. They're going to activate the effect Banishing for cost here. Going for the Theosis. Going to try to add back that Unicorn, I believe. We're going to Raphael negate here by destroying the Rex. Then add back the Unicorn. Then I see them triple Tactics Talents here. I feel like you just have to Wiz negate this due to the fact that, you know, their opponent's probably not going to be activating the evenly matched at this point. If they find a way to get into the evenly matched, then they do. They're just going to let that resolve here. Or maybe they don't have another card to discard. Then we're going to be seeing them activate the effect of Rex, summoning out the copy of Beat. And then we're going to be destroying the Fenrir here. And then we're going to have to draw 3 cards. So free. This game is going to be essentially I guess they have Birth as well. So we have Birth, Prosperity, and Unicorn in the hand. And then we're going to see them activate a Slumber. As well as Fountain. I guess they're trying to get to the second, like another Runick card to pop the back row, but I don't think they drew into it. They're going to be able to normal summon out the Unicorn, activate the effect, searching for the 3rd Theosis. And the resource game is very nice here because if they can get rid of that Theosis and like stop some other stuffs here, they will be able to just outwin the grind game with that Fountain alone. Wiz is a level 7 too, which is kind of crazy. I didn't realize that till now. We're going to see them overlay here. They could go for a Big Eye if they wanted to. Like with Runick, the resource game is kind of weird because you don't have a battle phase, so you can't really slow down and chip their life points. And like to compensate for no battle phase, they banish the cards from their opponent's deck. At the same time, like in a case like this, it's very nice. We're going to see them go for Annihilation Dragon. And they're going to activate the Flashing Fire. I guess that will definitely get rid of the Annihilation Dragon, leaving just a level 4 Rise Heart on the field. We're going to be seeing them special on back the Fenrir from the Birth. And this one is not negated. But we know that they have evenly matched in the hand. That's going to be essentially useless here. They're going to be destroying the copy of Gigantic and banishing the Foggo face down. They're going to attack into the Beat here with the Rise Heart. Leaving a Raphael onto the field is very troublesome. They're going to go main phase 2, activate the Theosis here. And turning the Rise Heart. So that will be able to probably summon out the Scareclaw Kashtira. If I'm not mistaken, they're going to try to go for a copy of... Yeah. Probably like Shangura, or going for the Big Eye here. Then Big Eye will be able to take the Raphael. Then they can link away for Donner maybe. Or just going for a Zeus supply, okay. Trying to stop as many of those cards as possible here. We're going to see a Flashing Fire once again. I think they chain it here, and then we're going to be seeing them banish Ash and Birth. So that's 2 Births gone so far. To be honest, that's what Birth should be at. It should be at 1 or 2, if you ask me. But they still have the other copy of Fountain, which is insane. I completely forgot about that. They're going to go for the Slumber. It's going to summon out the copy of Hugin here, which is level 2. They're going to be able to activate the effect of Fountain, put back, and then draw 3. And we do see them draw into a copy of the Rex there. Or not Rex, but Fossil Dig, essentially. Which are going to activate Fossil Dig and search for the 3rd copy of the Rex. We have to be careful because we are running low on resources games ourselves, other than the Runick cards. We're seeing the normal summon add the Runick, or the Mayhem, and then we're going to see them special summon out the Jet. Search for the starter, and then we can summon out the Red as well as the Carrot here. I don't know if they have any more targets in deck for starter, but it's a free search, so might as well use it. They're going to see them link away for a Donner. Donner effect is going to activate here. But going to be able to bring back 2 of the ones here. Going for a Beat as well as the Raphael. Then Raphael will be able to search and add from the top of the deck the Super Ancient Factorial, whatever. No level 6 special summon monsters here, which is going to be probably winning them the game. I can't see the opponent being able to do anything about that. Like, granted, they do have the copy of Evenly Matched here, which is what we should be paying attention to. But we have the Carrot, so as long as we are able to special summon out a level 2 here, which we are going to be doing, and then we're going to be summoning out the Wiz. So we have a Spell and Trap negate as well as the Carrot, and then we have the Trap as well here, which I think we could outright win as well if we just kept the Trap onto the field, if that was the only card we had. They're going to be passing turn on this. They're going to be activating Prosperity, banishing 3 once again here. This would be an easy Wiz negate to me. They are going to be letting it resolve here. We could see an enemy controller, but we're going to be going for the Fenrir there. We definitely go... We're going to be special with the Fenrir, and then we're going to be activating the effect of the organism here. They can't activate their effects or attack. So now we can't get rid of the Fenrir. And especially with the Rise Heart. I don't think we have a way to stop this. But we do have Tip. Tip can negate. So we do have a way to stop this. That's crazy. Tip doesn't actually negate, but it can search the card that does negate, which we are going to be seeing here. Searching for a copy of the Flashing Fire, I believe it was. And they're going to be destroying the Rise Heart here. And now I think we just immediately win. Like, they have only one card left in hand. They're going to be on top deck mode. We're going to be passing. We just don't activate any Runick cards here. We essentially just load up on our stuff. We could set a few cards to be a little bit menacing if we wanted to. But we just don't activate any Runick cards so we can get a battle phase the next turn. They're going to skip turn, and then I think they drew into an Imperm. So they're going to be setting 2 cards here and passing. And we know one of them is evenly matched. So they're going to go battle phase. Raphael's going to attack into the Fenrir there. They're going to be seeing a Falgo attack, or they're just going to go end of main. And then they're going to negate, or end of battle, they're going to negate with the carrot. And then there's going to be keeping the organism here. And they are going to be on 0 cards. Interesting that we did not choose to set, or choose not to return anything to battle. They're going to activate a destruction here. I don't know why they banished so many, though. Oh, they banished the top 4, okay. And they're simply pass. So we'll be able to activate the birth here. And we don't have any of the Runicks. We don't have any more fountains. And I think we don't have Gary as well. So we're going to be playing a long game here. Then we're going to see Rise Heart. Then we're going to activate a Slumber. And is the strategy now deck out? It can't attack this turn here. Looks like we are on the deck out strategy here. Going to be searching for Tip, which is going to search us for Slumber. And then they can activate it to protect their life points here. Summon out the Munnin. And they just pass turn. And then we see a successful deck out here by Runick. That is the long game. Before I would deck out, I'd say, can I look at your graveyard, please? And can I look at your banished? But it doesn't matter because time just got called and they are both 1-1. So this ends up being a tie here that we're seeing, with that deck out strategy. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you guys want to see any more content like this, from either decks or any other decks other than these two, let me know in the comment section down below. And don't forget to stay safe. Peace.